Let's talk about forgiveness. It's one of the bigger topics out there. Well, what is forgiveness? It's kind of hard to directly, definitely define what forgiveness is, but if I could give it my best shot, it's something like harboring no ill feelings towards someone, even though they've done you wrong. Something like that. That sounds like, partially right. I'm sure there's a lot of other factors in there that make it forgiveness, like a person has to be sorry to be forgiven, a bunch of other stuff. But basically, forgiveness is wishing someone well, wishing someone the best, even if they aren't that good of a person, even if they've made mistakes. You wish them well, and you see them as people still, and you don't take away their title because of a mistake they made. To me, that's what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is accepting somebody even though they've made mistakes, and accepting that person because you believe that they will change and that they will learn from their mistakes. So there's a lot of different ways to define what forgiveness is. There's no real clear-cut definition because it's kind of like a sort of transient thing, is that the right word, transient? I'm pretty sure that's like public transport. Transcendent, that's what I mean. It's kind of like a transcendent concept. Like, whether someone forgives or doesn't isn't based off it's not like a mathematical equation. It's not something that you can prove. It's not something that you can measure. It's transcendent. It's abstract. The idea of forgiveness. But what's my point with all this? Where am I going with this? I'll tell you. Chill the fuck out. Calm down, all right? I'm gonna tell you, calm down. Sit down, man. Where's the fire at, all right? Come on, calm down, I'll tell you. My point that I'm trying to make is you must forgive yourself before you can forgive anybody else. And that is true. It's one of the top 10 truest things I've ever said. You have to forgive yourself before you're able to forgive anybody else. What does it mean to forgive yourself? Well, no one knows your own flaws and your own sins and your own, everything. Every bad thing you've ever done, every person you've ever wronged, every misdeed, everything you failed to do. Nobody knows that better than you do. You know where you fucked up more than anyone else knows where you fucked up. And as a result, if you're not a very forgiving person, you like that I'm getting all up in your face? if you're not a very forgiving person, you're gonna kind of hate yourself for the wrong that you've done in the past. And it's simply because you're not forgiving yourself. I think that's where a lot of self-hatred comes from. Not all of it. Not all of it by a long shot, but I think a lot of it. And I think it's a good place to start. If you're a kind of self-loathing sort of person, you have to figure out how to forgive yourself for what you've done. And you have to realize that you're only human. That's a big thing, man. You know? You're only human. You're not that good. Nobody's that good. We all make mistakes. We've all fucked up. A lot. Not just once, not just twice, not even 10 times. We've all fucked up a lot. And the strongest, the most powerful thing you can do is forgive yourself and forgive others, but especially forgiving yourself, because you really can't forgive anyone else until you forgive yourself first. I can't emphasize that enough. You have to forgive yourself. You have to give yourself a break. That's another way I would put it. You have to give yourself a break. And you have to go easy on yourself every now and again. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're not perfect. That's what makes you beautiful, you know, not to sound gay, not to sound cheesy, but it is true. If you were perfect, you would be boring and nobody would like you. But you're not perfect, and as a result, you fuck up. And when you fuck up, you can be hard on yourself because you feel like you should be doing better, especially if you know better, especially if you're smart. If you're smart and you fuck up and you're fucking around and you're wasting time and you're losing money or whatever, or you're, you know, stealing from your mom, or you beat your dog, I don't know. You're really going to be hard on you, and maybe you should be hard on yourself if you beat your dog. But my point is it's easy to be hard on yourself, especially if you're a conscious person, if you're conscientious. It's easy to be hard on yourself because you probably expect more from yourself than other people, and that is a mistake. That is a big mistake. Okay? I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how fit you are. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how attractive you are. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself, because no matter how good, quote unquote, you are still human. You still make mistakes, and you need to forgive yourself for those mistakes. And once you can start forgiving yourself for your mistakes, there's a couple things that come after that. One thing is that you can start to forgive other people for their mistakes, which is a very powerful thing. It's you know how in games there's like magic, and you've got white magic and you've got dark magic, and being able to forgive other people is like white magic. It's like the good magic, you know what I mean? Like you could use your hatred for power. Like you could be mean and like an asshole, and you could use that, and that would be dark magic. But something that's equally powerful, and I would argue maybe more powerful, is the white magic of being able to forgive other people. Because if you can forgive other people, you will never, and I mean like truly forgive other people, you will never have an ounce of anxiety again. You will feel way less negative in general. You'll feel more loving. You'll feel more in touch with humanity, more in touch with God, dare I say that? So it's a powerful thing to be able to forgive both yourself and other people. But the rule is you have to forgive yourself first. You have to forgive yourself first. And one thing I want to add is that it's not exactly something you can learn. You can, but what I'm saying is I can't tell you how to forgive yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. I can't give you the step-by-step directions. It's not like IKEA furniture. You can't learn how to forgive yourself that way. It's very specific to you. So you have to figure out what it takes to forgive yourself. But a good start would be to reflect on any wrong that you might have done in your life and think about it. And once you've realized all the wrong you've done and all the mistakes you've made and all the things you shouldn't have said and so on and so forth, once you've realized what those things are, this is what I would do, at least. You just say to yourself, I'm only human, and I'm not perfect, and I'm going to try and be better from this point on. And mean it. You have to mean it. I'm only human. I'm not perfect. I'm going to try and be better from this point on. So do that. Forgive yourself. Give yourself a fucking break. All right, you work hard. Okay, life is not easy. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Bill Gates or whatever self-help guru, yada yada. I don't care what anybody says. Life is not easy. It's probably the hardest thing you've ever done. So give yourself a little bit of a break, okay? And learn to forgive. It's very, very powerful. And one more thing. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you will be forgiven every mistake you've ever made. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure to like the video and make sure to comment and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.